Yes. Welcome to another video. Welcome to another vlog with me. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you so much. So I'm going to talk about something that happened to me in South Africa for the very first time, whereby the South African police attacked me, or South African police raided me, or South African police bombed me on this other street in Johannesburg. So this thing happened back in 2011. Back in 2011, my first year in South Africa. So I was coming back to my country, Republic of Zimbabwe, from my university or from my campus in East London. So I was passing through Johannesburg. So it was a long journey from my university for me to go back to my country. Like you take about 2 days. So from my East London, then you pass through Jamestown, Queenstown, Alleyway North, then you pass through Bloemfontein, you pass through Kronstadt, then finally you are in Johannesburg. So when we arrived in Johannesburg the next day in the morning, me and my friend from the university, was we were on the same purpose, going back to our country, Zimbabwe, for the holidays. So this friend of mine uh, was staying in Harare, like the capital city. Mina, I have got my other town where I stay, and it's not Harare. So now we bought the bus together and we were enjoying this journey together. So now we we are moving, we are traveling, then we finally landed in Johannesburg, went to the park station. So this one is a famous station in the country, Republic of South Africa. A lot of people who travel through South Africa or around South Africa, they know this station is very famous, very popular. Park station. Park station is very big, even in terms of its size. So we went to this other corner, to this other section, and we left our bags and we paid the money for this other person to keep our bags. So we wanted to just to maybe patrol, maybe tour, or maybe have a look around the city of Johannesburg, how it looks like, just to see how it looks like a tour of the city, just for maybe a few minutes or maybe just 1 hour. So we went to the other street, then another street, another street, another street, another street, until we find ourselves in this other mall, in this other mall. Right. Then we went to this mall. Then we went up the staircase of this mall, and we were looking the salons, barber shops, the shops, restaurants, what, until we came to a point of being tired. So we got tired. Me and my friends, they said, no, bruh, it's fine. Let's go back to Park Station, Johannesburg Park Station, and then we take our bags. Then we buy a ticket for us to board the next bus straight to Harare. We so we came down the stairs or the staircases. Then we now open to this other street. Then we find a line of policemen in this street. So at that time, according to what I understood later on, at that time, I think it was like an operation within that city of Johannesburg. Like the police, Johannesburg Metropolitan Police were doing an operation for maybe these foreigners, immigrants at that time. So it was a line of policemen, and there were some police vans, the police vehicles behind them, police vans, police vehicles behind them, and a line of policemen. They said, hey, passport, passport. Hey, what? Where going? So it's like they were shouting at the top of their voices, passport, passport. Where going? Where going? So now I made the mistake of leaving my passport in my bag at the counter at the park station. Even no, my friend had his own his own passport, but myself, I didn't have my passport. But I only had my wallet, and in my wallet there was my student card, my university student card in my wallet. Then I said, no, I don't have passport. So my friend escaped. Then the police were busy on me. Hey, where's your passport? Where's your passport? So now then my friend said, whispered to me, said, no, take some money and try to give them. Then I reached down my pocket. Then I took like a 20 rand, 20 rand. Then I tried to give these other policemen who were just close to me or next to me. Then, according to his body language, I could see that he's refusing to accept the 20 rand. Like, no. Then I took back my money into my pocket. So that idea didn't work for me to escape the police. I'm like, yo, what is this? And now my heart is pounding hard, up and down. My heart is pounding so hard, like, yeah, what is this now? What is this? I want to go home now. I don't want trouble. I don't want any disaster. I don't want any funny thing in my hey. So emotionally, psychologically, I was in another state, in another horrible state or terrible state. So they took me into that van. Then I went at the back of that police van. They took me at the back. Boom. Then I went at the back of that vehicle. Me and some other guys who were already in that car, that police van, that police vehicle. So we were together packed in that car. Yo, I began to fear for my life. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what? The young me to be in a police vehicle, police van? What's happening? So after some minutes, so it's like they were collecting other people to load them into these police vehicles which were lined in that street. So they're collecting other people to pack them into those vehicles. So I don't know what happened. Then I just thought of saying, let me take my student card from the university, and then I tell them, I know I'm a student, I'm not a robber, I'm not a hooligan or whatever. I'm a student at the University of Fort Hare, back in East London. This is where I'm coming from, and I'm going for holiday in my country in Zimbabwe. So I don't know how this idea or this thought came to my mind. Then I reached for my wallet. I took this student card. Then I showed one of the policemen. Said, you know what? I'm a student. This is my card. I'm coming from far away, University of Fort Hare in East London, and I'm going to my country. So I'm just passing through this city of Johannesburg, and again through Midrand and through Pretoria, going back to Zimbabwe. I'm not an illegal immigrant or a robber or a hooligan or a criminal person. No, I'm not. I'm not in that group. I'm not in that category. So please spare me. So I showed them. So he looked at he took the card, he looked at it, he zoomed. They said, okay, fine. Step out of the car, step out of the car. Then I stepped out of the car. Uh, you and I felt so relieved. I felt so happy. I felt so excited. Like, yo, what just happened to me? I couldn't believe it. But straight away, I just said, God, I thank you. In my heart, I said, God, Jehovah, I thank you. I praise you for this miracle, for this miracle of deliverance out of this police van, out of this police vehicle, even out of the hands of this policeman. So this policeman just said, okay, okay. Oh, so this is your card. Okay, I see. You look innocent. You look innocent. Fine. It's good. It's okay. So step out of the car. Then I stepped out of the police van. Then even how I managed to find my way back to that park station. Remember, when all this drama is happening, my friend has already gone back to the park station. This is my friend by the name Simba has already gone back to the park station. And now, even how I find my way back to the park station, I don't even know what happened. Which again, even right now, I think it's another miracle again. How I find my way from that police van, from that police vehicle, back to the park station. How I managed to navigate the streets of Johannesburg. Was it's like we're a bit far deep into the city when we're taking a tour of the city of Johannesburg. So from that point, for me to get back to park station, I don't even know what happened and how I managed to find my way back to the park station, which I think is a miracle alone that God did in my life. Because it was my first time to be in Johannesburg for the first time in my life to navigate and walk through the streets. And now I'm alone with the police and all the drama is happening, all the drama is unfolding. So how I managed to go back to the park station is a miracle. And I thank Jehovah so much for that miracle that he did back there on that day. So I went to the park station, then I rejoined my friend. We took our bags, we bought the ticket, we bought the bus around 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. and the next bus to Harare. But this drama, yo, it traumatized me. I was discombobulated by this drama. I was dilapidated by this drama. I was disintegrated by this drama. A lot of things happened to me emotionally, psychologically, even physically. Yo, I was in another state. I was in another condition. I was in another mood, in another frame. And it was not like me. I'm like, yo, what just happened to me? God, yo, sure, this country, yo, it's like welcome to Johannesburg. But in other ways, the drama was saying, welcome to Johannesburg. So, yo, so this is what happened to me. When the police raided me, the police attacked me or bombed me in Johannesburg back in the year 2011. So this is my story, how it happened. The way I just explained, this is how it happened. This is how it happened in Johannesburg. So I got a lesson from that story or from that drama that whenever I'm in a foreign country, I have to move with my passport every time. Any country, South Africa, whatever country that I'll go to by the grace of Jehovah, I have to go with my passport. My passport or my documents have to be in my pocket or in my bag all the time, every time, so that I don't fall into another trap like this or into another drama like this. So this is the lesson that I learned on that day. To always move my passport, everything, all my documents in my bag, in my pocket, wherever I can put them, so that when the police who demand on me or attack on me, then I'll just say no. Wait, this is my passport or this is my visa, whatever. So this lesson that I learned or that I got on that day. So this is my story. Thank you for listening. Remember to support your guy by liking, sharing, subscribing, and comment. I'm signing out. Thanks so much for listening. This is my story. How the Johannesburg Metropolitan Police attacked me or bombed me in Johannesburg in my first year of being in South Africa when I was going for holidays back to my country, the part was Zimbabwe, in the year 2011. Thank you for listening. I'm signing out. Remember to pray. Remember to drink water. It's healthy for your body. Sharp.